Alright everybody, this is Herp here with the E4 Mafia. Now we're just going to be doing some driving today. We're going to try and go and set some drift tunes up and kind of do a little bit of a how-to and get to learn a little bit more about how to actually tune and why things do the way they do, or do what they do. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the action here. So I like to start off with cars that people don't think to start drifting on, because it's easier to learn on a car that you have no expectations for greatness on. So let's just take a look at my garage here. Now, let's start off with something that I haven't actually had my hands on yet or haven't even driven yet. So, what have I not driven? I don't know. What would be a good one? I know that like if you go and get the 2009 Z06 Corvette, that thing is typically pretty bomb. I thought I had one. I might not have one. I don't have one. But that's typically like a factory default one. It's just really good for it. But I mean, for example, to prove it to you that we can make anything into a drift car, let's start with the limo. Now, with the limo, what we're going to want to do is, first off, we're going to want to go in straight to the upgrade shop and take it from front wheel drive to rear wheel drive. Actually, I don't know if I have enough money. This is an interesting predicament. I seriously don't know if I have a budget build. We're doing a budget build. On top of that, we're doing a budget build. FYI, hey everybody, if you're just tuning in and started watching this, now we're doing a budget build. And if you are watching this, thank you. Want to be friends? Like, I'm a good hugger. Oh, that sounded really weird. Let's see. Shoot, I really don't know if I have enough money, because I don't know if I want to use that factory engine at all. Fuck. I mean, fudge. It's the holidays, it's fudge. Shoot. I don't want to, like, put a whole shitload of money into this to find out that I only get, like, yeah, you know what? Let's back up. Let's back up. Let's not start with something that's going to need a lot of money. Let's do. Actually, let's just. Let's do. Fuck. This is tough, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is tough. I need to go get money. So I'm gonna go do a race quick. You guys can watch if you want. I'll just make another video for it. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's do some racing. Guess what? I have the monies necessary for me to go and tune this car now. Oh, I seriously have that money now. Let's go and get this mother trucker rolling. I honestly don't know what I was doing, but I thought that started to turn into a dubstep song. We have arrived at the Circus Circuit. Time for the 43rd International Giggity Fest. And Giggity Fest. And I'm gonna go and do some shit. I'm gonna just leave. But sir, you just arrived. I don't care. But sir, we need you. But do you? Yeah. But do you? Yeah. But do you? Yeah. Are you sure? No. I don't know what's wrong with me. Sorry. Kind of weird. A little bit. Anyway, back to the cars. Slow. Now we're going back and we're doing some tuning after I did my race here. Let's pick, well, what do you guys want me to pick? I'm going to try and just pick one and here. Well, fuck, you know what? I have the money. Let's just go buy a car. Why the hell not? So now that I have the money here, oh my god, there's free cars. DLC. Oh, I like that. I kind of want to take this. Oh, the Momo looks dope, though. The Momo look dope, though. Ho ho. Oh. I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think I should drift? Remember, these videos are all about what you guys want to learn how to make into a drift car. I can even start uploading tunes, so if you start entering in my full gamer tag, not just the, my alias, but if you do like the Herp with, on Xbox at least, you do the space 5Zs, that's my gamer tag, and you can go and actually, take a look and try and see what tunes I have and which ones you can use for it. Then obviously I have the videos here that kind of show you what they do, why they do what they do, and how to make a, whatever you want or to your flavor or style. So that's one where I think we're just going to start off with this because, classic muscle, no one drifts it. Like, whenever I go into a lobby, everyone has JDM. And I mean, yeah, they're okay, they're good. Some of them are really good, but a lot of them are just okay. And it's like, there's so many other cars in the game. I'm the guy who likes to show up with a fucking van and outdrift everyone in a goddamn muscle car or JDM. Because why? Because I can, and I think it's badass. If you don't think it's badass, well, you could go stick to your goddamn race runner. My whole thing is you can make anything drift, and I just want to show you how to make it drift. So, freedom. America. Oh boy. So let's. I'm a factory guy. I like keeping shit factory for as much as possible, but I like to see what they have for engine options in case the factory engine just doesn't quite cut the cake. I mean, everyone's been there where someone thinks they can cut the cake and they can't cut the cake, and you're like, "Fuck, man, I just wanted a piece of cake," and they're like, "I just got the cake," and then the cake's all fucked, and you're like, "I don't want a cake no more." So first off, if I'm gonna do the factory engine, I like to max out the factory engine because the factory engine is the one that's the bread and butter of the whole shebang. This is what gets your job done. This is what spins the tires. If you don't put every single pinch of effort into that factory engine, you're not getting shit. If you have an aftermarket engine, it depends on how your style is. All right. I'm back from nearly dying. So, but yeah, if you don't use the factory engine, you use an aftermarket one, that's fine, but you don't always need to have it bursting at the seams with horsepower because sometimes that makes it too much of a handful. Like, you want enough to get the ass end loose, don't get me wrong, but you can realistically make a drift car with as little as 250 horsepower. Is it going to be great? Will you want it to be great? Yeah. So my sweet spot is if you can get a car anywhere from 400 to 700 horsepower, you can do some pretty amazing things with it. Now, if you wanted a drag machine, bigger is better, always. But going sideways, you want it to be manageable. You want it to be powerful enough to get where it needs to go without fighting you. Because think of it this way, if you have, let's say you're on a tandem bicycle, right? You have you in the back, or you up front steering, and the guy in the back doing the leg work. Let's say you're a cripple. It's just a weird story. Just go with it. And you're sitting there, and you just are sitting up in the front. You have a small child pedaling. That's what it's like when you don't have enough horsepower. Yet you go and you get a big, strong man to sit in the back seat, and he does it. That's like just a medium-sized engine. That's enough to get you anywhere you want to go. But if you have a bear in the back, I would be scared shitless. Let's be real. I don't think I would want that. That's too much. Just too much. That's the same thing. If you have too much power, it can do just as much harm as it can good. But straight line speeds, oh yeah, dude, I want to fucking cheat up in the front of that bitch. All the power. If you're using factory engine and drivetrain, I like to go in and upgrade everything to the fullest on the engine. Add forced induction if it doesn't already have one. And I like to max out the suspension except the roll cage. Because the roll cage can actually make it handle totally different. Because it makes the whole chassis stiffer. And a stiffer chassis means that the suspension has more heavy lifting it needs to do. It has a lot more rigid feel. And I like the car to have a little bit of a wobble to it. Because when you're going sideways, I want my tires to move with the car. I don't want my tires to be set in stone, locked in one position. And then I also liked, just so you could tune gearing if needed, go with like the racing drivetrain for like transmission, clutch, things like that. Funny thing here, every single vehicle in the game has a clutch, right? You go and you upgrade the clutch. Never says anything about a torque converter. Yet everyone in the game that isn't a serious racing fan drives automatic. They use torque converters, not clutches. It'd be really cool if someday they had this represent what was actually being used. And it would be really nice if they actually showed you the separate side-by-side, performance stats of it if you chose one over the other and left the car like that, period. Because a lot of people don't think this unless they're diehards. There is a serious performance difference between a clutch and a torque converter. Or an automatic and manual, I should say. Because the clutch doesn't lose horsepower if you're going for top speed. However, the automatic, depending on the transmission, can be faster in drag racing because you don't have to worry about pulling it out of gear and putting it into gear. For a power glide, for example, muscle car just like this. You get a power glide transmission, that's a 2-speed. Low and high. You go, get the gearing however you want to make it quick. And then you can do like a power glide where it's torque converter, but like get like a really, really, really low stall. So it's almost as if it was a clutch, but obviously it's not. And then get that low stall on a power glide and you get the gearing however you want. And you can do like the manual shift where it shifts when you tell it to, not when, pressure gets so high or whatever. And you just go all the way up until you think it's going to explode, drop it into second, and there's like no gap in power. It's just like you don't have any brake in it. If you're in like racing, you hear that, and that's that brake where the engine's just kind of floating back down to that other RPM without actually using any gas. I know they got really nerdy there for a second, but you know what? Some people don't know. And everyone has, the right to know. If they want to actually watch and figure out why these vehicles go sideways when you do things, it's better to know than not know. You don't know. Do you? You know. Did their rear tires already have a camber to them? These rear tires already look like they got a decent camber to them. Or is that just the... No. Yeah, no, they that looks like that's a straight up camber, man. Like, that doesn't look upright. Front do. Oh, no. Oh, is that I think that's the caster I'm seeing in the front, though. So, maybe? So, just looking at the tires, I like to test drive first. Before we even touch anything, you want to see how the car feels. So, when you see how the car feels, Forza Motorsport 6 is a little bit easier because you can actually just click test drive and, it'll take you to wherever you want to go. Unfortunately, Forza Motorsport 7, they removed the test drive feature. Like, you have to go and actually, like, set up a race before you can test drive. And it's so goddamn aggravating because all you want to do is just see how this tune works. If not, go back and swap out some parts. You don't want to have to leave the damn son of a fuck. And I know when you're in the race you can tune the car from there, but it's like, what if I don't want to go there in the first place, man? What if I don't want to go there? Alright? Making me work when I don't want to work. Motherfuck. Because now I have to go to the racetrack and do some shit and get the dick. I don't know what's wrong with me, so don't ask. Oh yeah! Arriving at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Oh boy. Oh, yeah. Test drive. Let's do this. Alright. I have no idea how long I've been recording. It's probably forever. Seems like we're going to get pretty quick here. I don't feel like this has enough power with the suspension set the way it is. No, maybe? I'm going to have to... I'm going to have to do a lot with the gearing because oh shit, dude. I think it's a one-wheel wonder by default. Maybe? Oh, shit there, bud. This actually might be really, really good at drifting. Holy cow, like, you watched. I didn't do anything. I think I'm just going to need to work with the gearing a bit, man. Straight up, though. This is with no tuning at all, man. Ho 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 ho. I just need to set some fucking camber and toe shit, bud. Oh, this thing actually has potential, brah. Hold on, let's finish this lap and then let's actually tune this bitch. I think third gear is the sweet spot. However, oh no. It's okay. I'll just limp home. Let's go. Oh, man. You look like someone just shot your eye out with a BB gun and you're like, fucking kid, son of a bitch. Cheeks pulled back, just exposing his teeth. Yeah, dude, this thing's got potential, boss. Perfect drift, my nutsack. Alright, cool. So, let's go and tune this now that we did a full lap. Alright, so we're going to want to expand on that front a little bit. We're going to want to give that ass end a little bit of extra grip. However, I think we're going to want to give the front some more toe. Yeah. And, you know, I don't want that much body roll, so let's reduce body roll. And just so you guys know, camber, fuck, what's the easiest way to describe this? If you have the top of it go towards the car, it's a negative camber. Now, what that does is where the car leans into the tire and it has more of that body weight on it and it starts to grip the tarmac when you're in a turn, that wheel slowly starts to become more level with the road, giving you optimal grip. However, the tire on the other side is now further away and is on the edge. But that side doesn't have as much weight on it and it isn't as important. But you still want to make sure that that has decent grip. So you can go all the way to like 5, or you know, you can slam it and make it look ridiculous and cool or whatever you think that is. But you lose performance if you go too far. Excuse me, you lose performance if you go too far. Now toe, same thing, but it's the front and back of the tire as it's standing. Now, toe out is where the front of the tires are further apart. Now, what that does is allow you faster turn in. But once you go too far, you lose all stability. Same with the rear. Realistically, you want that rear, unless it's a hardcore, serious grip machine, you want that close to 0. You can have it out there for drifting, but you want it close to 0. You don't want it at 5. If you have it at 5, that's when it snaps on you. That's when you're like, all right, left, 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 perfect drift, perfect drift, perfect drift. You start to go a little, starting to straighten out a little bit, so you let off on the steering wheel, so the ass end kicks back out, and all of a sudden it changes direction, and you're now facing the other way, going 100 miles an hour into a wall. That's why you need to be careful with that. Caster, that's a different episode. Hopefully that's semi-educational. Now let's see if we do better this one. See if we do better now. Again, I haven't changed any of the gearing. Start warming up these back tires. Sorry, I wasn't steering. He's already blind in that eye. He'll be fine. I like this car. I wasn't expecting, you know, the factory engine to be able to do this. But I'm happy with it. It just surprised me. I wasn't expecting a 400 and whatever horsepower engine to be able to keep the tires broke like that without changing the gearing. I'm changing the gearing to 310s in the back to see if, you know, second being more aggressive helps, because second was just too short. And I think second might now be the best for just drifting until you hit high speeds. Alright everyone, so I think I'm just going to go through and finish up what I think is the final tune on here for it. I will share what that final tune was when I get done with it, and I'll show you a video of what it looks like while drifting, as well as, you know the regular benchmark results to see what I think of this thing. I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit surprised. Is there a category where I can give surprise points? Because I wasn't expecting this to be out the gate like driftable. Like, I mean, yeah, we upgraded it, but we didn't tune it. I mean, all we did was just take all the factory shit, added a forced induction turbo, and, you know, maxed out what parts it did have, and boom, all of a sudden it was like sideways. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna finish the tune here, shoot a quick little video clip for it. So yeah, stay tuned and check out what I got here for the benchmark on that, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.